Welcome to Sense Seasonal, a ritual experience to reconnect with nature. For the longest time, people lived in sync with nature and celebrated loads of rituals throughout the year. Most of these rituals are harvest and season related, but as technology evolved, so did we slowly lose these ancient rituals. We started to lose touch with nature. However, nature offers so many good things to us. It reduces stress, induces inner peace, and stimulates a more active and thus healthy lifestyle. Take a look at my friend Adam here, for example. Adam has a hectic life in the city. He spends most of his time at the office as a software engineer and rarely gets out of the city. One day, he bumps into his friend Harold, who tells him he has been volunteering as an advising biologist at this event called Seasonal. It's a seasonally based virtual experience to reconnect with nature. Harold shows him the app, and Adam decides to check it out. A couple of weeks later, Adam shows up at his first seasonal event. Right now, it just so happens to be the winter edition. At your first edition, you only need to pay for that single event. Afterwards, you can decide whether you want a yearly subscription to Seasonal. The staff then give him his memory stone, and they show him where it all starts. The experience is basically a walk through nature with all kinds of activities that focus on what that season is all about. The search for comfort is what got us disconnected with nature. So some activities are based on embracing discomfort to really feel nature. One of these is the barefoot path, a short walk on bark and dirt. After the barefoot path in the forest, Adam goes to the darkness walk, where he gets to experience the absence of light to appreciate it even more during these dark days. The Tree of Light is an activity to stimulate solidarity and togetherness, which are important aspects of winter. Adam gets his lit light and hangs it in the tree with the others. Each event ends with a gathering, where everybody shares food and drinks and gets to talk about the event. Adam gets to try seasonally based foods, music, and smells. Whenever he encounters something interesting, he simply needs to hold his memory stone next to the scanner, and afterwards he'll be able to access all the information at home. Before returning home, Adam decides to permanently subscribe to Seasonal. He chooses a family subscription. It lasts 1 year, so he can visit 4 events with it. A few days later, his Seasonal clock arrives. This clock acts as a central information hub for both past and future seasonal events. Once he places his memory stone in the center, he can access all the information he found interesting simply by holding his phone near the clock. The app will then give him recipes of the winter-themed foods he ate, showing him music he liked, and so much more. Seasonal information, such as recipes, can only be accessed during that season. The lights around the clock show the time of year. Each season has its own color, so even though one event has already passed, the lights will slowly start to already show the colors of the next season. Whenever new information is released, or when the date of the next event is announced, the lights in the center of the clock will light up, letting Adam know it is time to check the app. The seasonal team provides an event for each season, always spanning 2 weekends. A small, multidisciplinary team work full-time to plan the events and keep the flow of seasonal information and the app running. Seasonal contacts a lot of external parties to help during the event and its setup. They work together with biologists, musicians, local tourism, volunteers, and loads of others to provide the best possible experience. Each event is unique since there are always different collaborations. Spring is centered around the return of life, light, and sounds of nature, while summer is more focused on being active since we get much more energy from the sun. During autumn, we once again appreciate the circle of life and value all life, both fauna and flora. And so the cycle of events continues, season after season, an endless cycle as old as time.